Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, how are you? Today is the day. I am very excited. It's a little bit delayed, but I am finally sitting down to film my manifestation cash stuffing. So we've got the white binder here, we've got our cash here in the bank bag. So let's grab this out. Let's give this a count. So we have 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, $410 in cash today to stuff. So $150 of this money has come from the completion of my rainy day challenge and $50 from my completed $50 coin challenge. And then the remainder of this money has come from my wage. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring all this up a little bit. Let's jump in. So let's jump into here because some of my envelopes are getting very dirty. Okay, first cab off the rank is going to be house deposit. And I'm very excited because today we are finally finishing this tracker because I have put $1,500 into my house deposit, and this tracker being worth $16,000 is done. And I'm very proud of myself. I'm very happy. So what I'm going to do though, don't celebrate for too long. I'm wiping this straight off and I'm starting all over again. So I'm going to leave this one off to the side. And what I'm going to do, I need to condense these, what do you call them? Placeholders. So I've got a few of my new placeholders, a few of my old placeholders. It's sort of all over the shop, but I'm going to keep my 10,000. I do know as well that I have some 5,000 placeholders. So let's grab one of those because I haven't been able to use one of those yet. So we've got our 10,000, our 5,000. I'm going to put a $1,000 placeholder in there. So that is now signifying the $16,000 that I have there in that account for that. Whew. That is just, that's not my total house deposit. That's just, I call them parcels. I like to build towards, you know, $16,000 parcels. So this is just another parcel completed for me and seeing how things go. I don't know what's really happening. People are telling me prices are going to keep going up, you know, interest rates are going to keep going up. It's all a little bit scary. So what I'm doing right now, I'm still looking every now and then. I'm still going to some home opens, just seeing what's out there. But right now, I think my plan is to just buckle down and keep saving and get as much of a deposit as I can possibly get. So yeah, I'm still going to keep looking, and look, if something comes up and I'm like, oh my God, I love it, then I'll put in an offer and do all the things. But for right now, my priority is just keep working on this deposit, keep working on all of these other envelopes that I have going in here, because all of these little things that I'm saving towards in here are what is going to make me feel comfortable just going in and going, yeah, let's do this thing, let's buy a house. Just having these little backings behind me, these security nets for things like, you know, land rates and insurance and things like that. Having some of those things saved and ready is just gonna, because it's only just myself that's buying this, you know, this debt is going to be purely mine, and that is freaking scary. The biggest debt I've ever had in my life was when I bought my car. I bought that car new. It was $20,000, and that was insane to me. I was 18 years old. I had this huge debt. I paid that off in 2014, so I've been debt-free since 2014. So that's only 10 years of my life that I've lived this sort of debt-free, you know, life for. So to think about taking on a debt as huge as a house all by myself just really kind of scares me a little bit. But it's also something that I've wanted for so long. So it will be sort of a bittersweet sort of thing, I suppose. But anyways, that's enough rambling from me. I'll get that tracker cleared off and I can restart that for there. So my $16,000 parcel is done and I'm very excited. So next one, speaking of exciting, settlement. Settlement. So I can pop these trackers over here. So I have been making this settlement envelope just an absolute high priority at the moment. I have been putting $500 a month away into this envelope because I want to smash this thing as quickly as I possibly can. So as of today, in the account, I've got my notes written down somewhere, I have $1,850 sitting in the bank account ready for settlement. I'm going to add $150 today, which will take me up to $2,000. So that means on this tracker, I only need $500 more and we're done. We are fully funded. So next month, when I put my last $500 into this, we're going to be done. And I'm so excited because I think this might be the biggest tracker that I have ever done. You know, excluding my house deposit, but yeah, this is going to be very fulfilling once I get this thing fully funded. So what I'm going to do, I am going to, I guess, just do 15, 1750, 1850 plus my 150. That will take us up to $2,000 in there. So let's jump into this tracker and let's fill this in. So I need to do, I'm so lost. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to do up to here. And that will get me nearly done. And I'm going to go from right to left because I'm a lefty. And if I do left to right, then I end up with Sharpie all over me and all over my desk. And it's not fun. So look, I'll be honest, I have been canvassing some people I know that have recently bought or have bought, you know, within the last year or so. Some people told me their settlement was only like $900. Some people it was more, but I'm feeling pretty confident with the 2,500. I have, if you're new here, I have a separate fund that I have already fully funded for pest and building inspection and things like that. I have a whole playlist of this manifestation binder. If this is the first video you're seeing, I have all the episodes in there. I think this is episode 10. So I try to film one of these videos a month. Oh my Lord, look, blue marker, I told ya. Curse of being left-handed. Anyways, yes, I have a full playlist. Oh my Lord, I can't speak. I have a full playlist of all 10 episodes on my channel. So if you haven't watched them before, you can go back from the very start and watch it from the very start. Whew, and see how we have gotten to the point where we are at now. So, $2,000 in settlement. May is gonna be a good month. I am gonna finish this bad boy and I am just so pumped for it. Because that means, you know, once I've got my settlement done, that's another $500 a month that I have spare to then go in and like smash out my emergency fund, you know, get into some of these other smaller, less important envelopes, and I can go ham on them. So, whew, I'm very excited. All right, emergency. I have done an electronic transfer for my emergency fund today. I've put $150 in there. I now have I've taken the whole lot out. That's good of me. I now have $1,850 in my emergency fund. So that is coming up very, very close to the $2,000 mark. So I'm just going to give this a quick count and see where we're at. I've got 1,500, 1,750, 1,850. I must have, and I can't remember doing it, but I must have gone through and prepared myself for this video because all of my placeholders so far are what they should be. So with my tracker, I'm going to fill in one little piggy and I'm going to outline a second little piggy. Each of my icons are worth $100. So if I then just outline this guy, I think next month I'll probably do another 150 into this account. And yeah, actually I will, because that will then bring me up to 2,000. I just feel like I've been working on some of these things for so long, and to finally see, and obviously I've dipped into this emergency fund, like I dipped into this fund to pay for my, like my car battery and things. So I'm just very excited to see like the fruits of my labor, the fruits of my saving habits just really starting to come together. I have never had a separate emergency fund ever. I have always just said, well, hey, I've got money sitting aside for a house deposit. If I ever had an emergency, I dip into that. But probably, well, when I started cash stuffing, I was like, no, I don't want that. I want a completely separate emergency fund. So I've been working on this for nearly a year. I think why I haven't prioritized this so much is because I still have that mentality of, oh, I've got this money sitting here, but I know if push came to shove, I'd be spending the money from here. So I'm trying to put minimum $100 a month. I think once my settlement is done next month, I think my next big goal will be emergency, because I could have this done. Oh, I'm rambling here, I'm so sorry, but if I put 150 in here in May, that will bring me up to 2,000. And then if I start to prioritize my emergency in June when I get paid, I could put the $500 that I'm putting into settlement into my emergency fund, and I would have 2.5. And that is my next goal. My next goal is $2,500 in my emergency fund. And then from there, I will probably just increase it in like $500 or $1,000 increments until I'm up to like $5,000 maybe. I don't know. I'm sort of toying with the idea of 3 or 6 months worth of expenses. Let me know in the comments what you have. Do you have a set figure? Do you have like 3 to 6 months worth of expenses? I really like seeing how other people do it, because obviously one size doesn't fit all. So I'm very curious to see how other people have it planned. And I'm very excited to get this thing up to $2,000 next month. I'm very excited. Okay, I need to calm down and I need to move on. So, because I was always getting very confused with my amounts, I made myself a little fund tracker here, which just tallies what I'm putting into the emergency fund and all the rest. So that has already been updated. I've put on there, I've put my 150 in there, and I'm now sitting at 1850 in there. Whew, okay. Bits and bobs. Let's jump in here, because I'm going to give this a little bit of love today, and I don't have my purple pen, so I need to bring my work trolley over here, and I need my purple pen. And you know what, I think the other day I might have dropped that under my desk and now I can't find it. So I think what we're going to have to do is just do a little switch up and go with this beautiful pink color. I actually quite like this better than the purple, to be honest, so maybe I might have to scrub this all off and start again. Okay, $10 is going into bits and bobs. This sinking fund is quite low priority for me. I just give it a random $10 because that's sort of what I have left over in my budget once everything is done and dusted. I have already completed this savings tracker once through before. I did end up spending some of this money during Black Friday. I got myself some beautiful bed sheets, bath towels, things like that. They are all packed away in a box. They are not being used until I have my house, because obviously there are dogs here, and those dogs, they do be shedding. There's just, I find little hairs. If you see me wiping my desk during my videos, it's usually because there is a dog hair. Or Julie from the Aussie Budget Queen calls it glitter. So it's Chopper and Xena glitter. All right, moving right along. Today into bedroom suite, I am going to give this one a nice little bump, and I'm going to give that $100. I'm very excited to get this up to, you know, a bit more cashola, because then I can go, because actually this is kind of needed now, because I was rearranging my room and I was moving one of my bedside tables and I lifted it up, and it's not like poor quality or anything. I think it was just poor builder's workmanship. I'm looking at myself here. It was me that built it. The cap's on the bottom of my pen, that's why I can't find it. Yeah, I lifted it up and the whole thing just went, and it just completely busted. So I have one bedside table, and I've made myself a makeshift bedside table on the other side of my bed, which I actually quite like. But anyways, that's a good little motivation for me to start actually seriously looking at some new bedroom furniture, because my chest of drawers is much the same. Again, it's not bad quality furniture, it's just a certain someone isn't very good with, you know, flat packs. I was probably really over it by the time I got to that chest of drawers, and I was like, whatever, just get it together. So yeah, one of my drawers, the bottom of it keeps, it's a whole thing. Anyways, I'm getting some money together in here, and I will be continuing to look on Marketplace and things like that and buy myself some new furniture. I was tempted to wait until I got into my house to see what would fit where and blah, 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 but I think I'm just going to bite the bullet. I mean, I can make things fit when it comes to a bedside table and a chest of drawers, right? Like, it's not like it's a fridge or washing machine or anything sort of that I need to know measurements and dimensions, or if it has to be a front loader or a top loader. I'm full-blown blabbering in this video, and I'm so sorry. So let's keep moving. We've got $100, $200, $300, $350, $400 now in my bedroom savings challenge. So all of the challenges that you see in my envelopes, they are all on my Etsy. All of my placeholders, they are all on my Etsy as well. My fully funded slips, they're on my Etsy. I have a couple of designs of placeholders on Etsy, so like the ones you'll see on here, they're on Etsy as well. So $400 into bedroom suite. I've set each of my icons up to be $50 each, so I have filled in 2 of those today. I also need to do a cash condensing in this binder, because some of it is getting a little bit cashy, and I would like that money to go in and earn me some interest. So I'll probably make that video next after I've uploaded this one. Whew, okay, land rates, where we go? We've still got a little bit of money left on the table. So land rates today, I'm going to give $50. And that should bring us up to $500. Let's give this a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, $450, $500. So now that that's at 500, I think I will definitely put that into the bank. I will swap it over with one of my placeholders. But let's color in the $50 that we've put in there today. I am very happy that this is at $500. The total for this one will end up being $1,300. So I'm getting close to halfway. I'm not quite halfway, but I am getting there. I'm really excited to see some of these envelopes really starting to fill up now. I feel like I've been working on some of them for such a long time, so it's just very motivating to see it all sort of coming together and happening. Whew, okay, next up, Bunnings. I'm gonna give that $50 today as well, because this one's quite a small tracker in the scheme of things. This one's only $375, and I'm now at $200. So in maybe a couple months, actually, maybe if I get some bonus money I can put towards this, but this one really won't be far off completion either. And this one's like my bits and bobs. This one isn't necessarily a huge priority for me. It just gives me the opportunity to have some trackers in here that aren't $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. So this was more for my happiness, I guess, to have like my bits and bobs and my Bunnings, just so I had little amounts that I could put in here and get some of these things fully funded a bit quicker than, you know, some of these other ones, which will take me a while to do. But $200 in there now. I'm very, very happy with that. Holiday, I have done an electronic transfer. So I have put $150 into Holiday this month. Now I should have $1,300. Yeah, I must have gone through and done all my friggin' placeholders before, because I've got $1,300 in here. But I need to figure out what I'm doing with my, what do you call this? My savings tracker. Oh God. So I've got in here that I've filled it out once for $4.80, twice for $4.80. So you know me, let's not trust my math skills. Let's go $4.80 times 2. That gives me $9.60. So then we've got $9.80. 1,000, 1,000, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1,100, 20, 40, 1,050. So I'm actually quite behind on this tracker. So 960, I know I just did this, I'm sorry. 980, 1,000, 120, 140, 160, 180, 1,100, 20, 40, 1,060. Oh, that wasn't very good. 1,180, 1,200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 1,300. Okay, so that's where I am at. That might be wrong. I honestly don't really mind at this point. It is what it is. I'm in love with these trackers that I made. I just think they're so beautiful. Okay, $1,300 in holiday. So hopefully I won't need to tap into this money when I go to Karajini, but it is there as a safety net if I need it. That is kind of why I have been sort of prioritizing that quite a bit with these videos. Whew. Okay, lovely. New car. I have put some money into new car. So yeah, again, I'm correct. I've got $575 in there. So I obviously don't have a $25 placeholder, but I've got the $550 in there, and I've got a half filled in icon here. So we've got 1, 2, 250. That would make it 500. So I've got 525. So I just need to fill in one icon today, and we are all up to date with that one. So new car isn't, you know, a high priority for me. This is just something I slowly want to save for over time. My car is, touch wood, still quite reliable and good to me, and I do plan on keeping it for another couple of years at the very least. So, you know, I service it regularly, I look after it. It's my little baby. Alright, new car is done. So last cab off the rank for the manifestation binder today is going to be insurance. So each of my icons in here are worth $50. I will be adding another $50 today to bring this one up to $200. So we've got our 200 there. I need to fill in one of my icons. I do plan on filling this one through twice. $750 for home insurance was probably an okay idea when I had it in my mind that all I was going to do was buy an apartment. But because obviously when you buy an apartment, you've got strata levies. Your strata levies in my state anyways will cover your building insurance, and then really all you have to do for insurance is do your contents. So that's why I had such a low amount. But I'm really trying hard to avoid buying an apartment, firstly because of the strata, but secondly as well for just the general values. Obviously your land is what increases in value the most. I mean, if I bought a really old apartment and I completely gutted it and redid it, yes, I would get some, you know, value back into the property, but it definitely wouldn't be as much as if I bought, you know, even a 3x1 somewhere with some land. That's really what is going to, I guess, be better for me in the long run. I don't want strata. I worked in real estate for a very, very, very long time. 10 years I worked in real estate. Towards the end of my real estate job, I started doing some strata management. Oh my God, no. And I always said to myself when I worked in real estate, I would never live in an apartment. I wouldn't be able to deal with the strata and the you know, the council of owners. And then here's me on realestate.com, like looking through apartments, like that's cute. And I'm like, why? Why am I doing this? I always said I would never do it. I know for a point there, I was like, this is probably all I can afford on my own because I'm doing it by myself. But I think I'm back off the apartment bandwagon and I'm really going to try hard to find a house because, yeah, strata levies is ridiculous. Even if you've got, like where I am, if you've got, it's like a 30-year-old complex, because it's so old, it obviously needs a lot more upwork and, you know, maintenance and things like that. So some of the strata levies are ridiculous. They're like $1,000 a quarter. That is unbelievable. That does not, for me, like I would rather pay more insurance on a house than be paying for strata levies. Like, I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I do love apartments. I've rented an apartment and it was the best thing I ever did. But I don't think I could own an apartment. I don't know. I don't think it's for me. Anyways, I need to go and do my return and earn because that needs to be done. I also need to put this tracker on my Etsy shop. And yeah, that is it. That is the manifestation binder finally, whoopsies, finally done for the month of April. I'm gonna be like, whoa, it's time to film this again already for May. So I'm excited actually that I don't have to wait too long to film. But if you have made it all the way to the very end of this very long and chatty video, leave me a little house emoji in celebration of finishing this parcel of my house deposit, and I will see you very soon in the next one.